Hi, twin flames. I want to talk about the topic of false twin flames. This causes a lot of confusion in the twin flame community, and I have had tons of you telling me like there's no such thing as a false twin. And you kind of are right, it is just a label. But for those of us who have experienced a false twin flame on our journey, then they will understand why we give it this label. The false twin flame almost belongs in a category of their own. They are a combination of karmic and soulmate, and they also mirror many of the twin flame traits and qualities. So for those of us who have had a false twin, it's very normal that we may get the two mixed up. And if you haven't had a false twin flame, then you're probably going to say, how can you get your real twin mixed up with the false twin? But I do just want to explain a little bit about how you can get the two mixed up. And I also want to explain the importance of the false twin flame, but why you need to let them go. So it's okay if you don't believe in false twin flames, that's your prerogative. But they do belong in a category all of their own, just like I said, which is why I do use the label false twin flame. And as I said, they're a combination of karmic and soulmate and the twin. So they can be very baffling and very confusing because they possess qualities from all of these connections. So they do often come in as a catalyst. You may meet your false twin flame before you meet your actual twin flame. In my situation, I met my false twin flame, and then 2 weeks later, I met my actual twin flame. But throughout my journey, my false twin flame was a very important part of it. At times, I did think that the false twin flame was the person I should be with and was the real twin flame, purely because my actual twin flame was rejecting me, running, and causing me so much pain. So the false twin flame in so many ways was more compassionate, more available, was helping me learn some lessons about my ego. So technically the false twin flame did begin the dissolving of my ego, but when I met my actual twin flame, I did plummet into ego death. So they do serve a valuable purpose. They do start to slightly awaken you. They do start to help you analyze a little bit around ego, and they may mirror exactly what you were looking for before you met your actual twin flame. So they may possess all of the qualities that you thought you were looking for in a partner. But the problem is that as time goes on, as you ascend higher, as you awaken more, you will start to realize that they are more of a match for your pre-awakened self rather than for your awakening self. So as you start to heal and grow and transform and balance your energies, the false twin will not show any level up. They will not change, or they will have like minor changes, but the actual twin will level up with you. So there can be like a bit of a time delay or a lag, but when you heal a core wound or make a level up, the real twin will actually mirror that change back to you in the 3D. The false twin, because they're not the same soul, they don't actually mirror back any significant changes to you. They will continue to mirror to you your pre-awakened version. So example for me is like I had quite a number of addictions, and my false twin mirrored back some of those addictions to me. So he was kind of a perfect match for my pre-awakened self. It was comfortable being around him. I could be comfortable there knowing I didn't really have to reach to be my highest version. And the twin flame comes in to show you that you need to reach your highest potential. You need to reach your highest timeline and become your best self. So staying with the false twin will keep you trapped in those negative patterns. Staying with the false twin will keep you from healing those things that you had about you that were keeping you from being your highest self. The false twin, though, it's very comfortable with them at times. It's not perfect. There can be a little bit of running and chasing. They can still do things that hurt you, but ultimately they are going to appear like they love you. It can even appear almost like it's unconditional love because they accept you fully as you are, because they don't push you to be better. They almost feel like they're loving you unconditionally. But the problem with this is, as you start to pursue your spiritual journey, as you start to do your dharma and your purpose and talk about the twin, they will not fully support you. And this is because they're not meant to. So to stay a frequency match for the false twin, if you go and start ascending really high and raising your vibration, then the false twin's going to be pulling on you to keep you down in a lower vibration so that you do not leave them behind. So it's part of the contract with the false twin to kind of keep you stuck in repeating cycles, to keep you stuck in some of those lower vibrational behaviors. And you've got to kind of get to the point on your journey where you can see the difference. You can see the difference between the false twin and the real twin. The real twin is pushing you higher. The real twin is, hurting you and breaking you open, but that's to heal you and to help you ascend. The false twin's kind of just there as comforting you and keeping you kind of in that lower frequency. So again, this is why they're hard to let go of, because they mirror your kind of pre-awakened state, because they mirror your lower self. They are comfortable, basically. It feels like you don't have to really do anything magnificent to be around them. They accept you as you are. But again, as you start to level up and grow and discover more about the universe, more about spiritual topics, they will start to question you, and they will start to maybe prefer the pre-awakened version of you as opposed to the awakened version. So as we go through ego death and transform, they are going to get a little bit confused. You are not going to be the same person you were as to when you met them. And this can make them feel uncomfortable. This can make them try to kind of cling to the older version of yourself so that you don't slide away from them. And because they don't match your growth, because they can't keep up with you, I don't mean that from ego, but we do need to let go of them at some point. You can never fully reach your true potential with the false twin by your side. They will always kind of pull you backwards. So we have to let go of them. We have to choose the God path. We have to choose the higher path. We have to choose the twin flame, because that is the ascension journey. That is the path that will get you to unity consciousness. But the familiarity of the false twin can keep you stuck for many months, many years. You may loop around. You may feel pulled to your false twin. So at times I felt telepathy with my false twin. I felt pulled to his energy. I would run to him when I was struggling. And, generally there was that pull there. And because there's an energetic pull and even telepathy for some of us, this is why you get them mixed up with the actual twin. It can be very confusing when you've got telepathy with your twin and your false twin, or the pull, and you don't really know which one is which. But again, you need to look at, is this person leveling up alongside me? Sorry, the wind, or not? And the false twin rarely does level up alongside you, but the actual twin will. So the twin is an exact mirror because they're the same soul as you. The false twin is not an exact mirror. They may share some of the characteristics of your real twin, again making it confusing and again making it hard to let them go. So if you do kind of stay with the false twin, you're sort of choosing from fear. You might be afraid that you can't do the work required to be a match for your twin. You may even be fearful that your real twin isn't going to come back or treat you right. So you may feel safer sticking with the false twin or pouring all your energy into that connection. And again, I did for a really long time. I stayed looping with my false twin. And even though, like my false twin, I'm so grateful because he helped me get to union, he prepared me for union, he still in some ways did delay my journey because I kept running to the false twin rather than doing the work required to be a frequency match for the real twin. So you're sort of choosing between your lower vibration and your higher vibration. And when you've got the courage and the guts to just make the changes needed to be a match for your highest self, then you're going to be more of a frequency match for your true twin flame. Okay, so again, the false twin may delay your union a little bit, but at the same time, they also prepare you for your union. They show you some of the blocks that you had, like it might be addictions, it might be an attachment to family or kids or money. They show you some of the blocks that you need to remove. And we almost get like this practice run with the false twin. We can remove them through the avatar of the false twin rather than taking those blocks into the actual union and pushing our twin flame further away. All right, so as you grow in consciousness, as you awaken, you will see that they are a match more for your lower version, and you cannot keep them alongside you indefinitely. You will eventually need to let go of them. It will start to feel uncomfortable because you are in different frequencies, and you will realize that if you keep staying with the false twin, you're just going to end up repeating wounds and patterns. All right, so you need to be pretty strong to leave the false twin behind. You need to really just take that leap of faith and trust that your twin flame is the highest match. And you know, it's not even about the other person so much. It's not even about the actual twin. It's about you and you reaching unity consciousness, you reaching Christ consciousness, and you following the divine path. And if you stay looping in bad patterns or old behaviors, playing out old wounding, then you are going to delay your ascension journey. Okay, but yeah, I fully understand if you've got a false twin, they're incredibly hard to let go of, but in time you will see the difference between your true twin and the false twin flame.